And joining us right now, Peter Murphy from Home Encounter, our I almost feel like your own private guru, real estate guru.
Thank you.
You always have such great information.
Okay.
And as we try to watch the real estate market and try to figure out what's going on, today, folks, we're talking something about a shadow market. Now, what exactly is a shadow market?
Well, I think it sounds as creepy as it actually is. It's an inventory of homes that sits on the market for sale or not for sale sometimes with this kind of that has a very bad effect really on the housing market. It consists of homes that are in foreclosure that are on the market, homes that have been foreclosed on by banks but are not on the market yet, short sales or people whose loans are delinquent, and then people who are going through some kind of modification process. So it's a big number of homes in today's market, and it's called shadow because it has the ability to really impact the economy, the housing economy negatively.
Okay, so then how do you know how many homes are really out there for sale?
Well, it's a tough question. It's always tough to get your handle on what the shadow inventory is when it includes all those factors. But here in the Tampa Bay market, we can pretty accurately estimate how many homes are on the delinquency list because it's fairly closely represented by the number of short sale listings.
Okay.
That's about 17,700 homes in Tampa Bay.
17,000?
17,000 homes that are in short sale.
If you were a buyer, I mean, I would think I'd be going out there and scooping up stuff left and right.
Well, there's a lot to buy. It's harder to close on. Look at this number. Only 900 short sales closed in Tampa Bay this last month. So 17,000 on the market, 900 closed on a monthly basis. That's 19 months of short sale inventory on the market.
Let's talk about a couple of other things in the news, then we're going to get back to this shadow market. First of all, I was surprised, not shocked. Wall Street Journal basically saying, listen, if you want to make money in your house, what it used to say, make sure you're staying in it for at least 5 years.
That's it, 5 years.
Now they're saying 10 years?
10 years, right. I think it's affected the housing market. Everything has fallen off 50%, hasn't it? Median home prices are down 50%. People estimate that it's going to take twice as long than it used to sell a home in a bad market. So to say now that you've got to live in a home for twice as long in order to make back your closing costs and appreciation, I think it's a natural consequence. It's unfortunately long, but probably what we should expect.
Another figure, again, I'm surprised about this stuff. I'm not in real estate. Maybe if I was in real estate, I wouldn't be surprised. 17% vacancy rate in the state of Florida.
Yeah, huge number. And that includes, of course, homes that are second homes for snowbirds. So there's a small portion of them in there that are vacant because they're deliberately vacant. But up to 17% of all homes around you that are sitting there empty, that's a staggeringly huge number. And it means that there's a lot more inventory out there for people who are living in apartments right now to buy. It's a particularly bad piece of news for builders.
Okay, let's talk about this. Is it good to rent? Now, again, I'm older than you by a few weeks.
That's right.
More than that. Right. It was the old thing like, well, don't rent because, you know, you can get the tax advantages of owning a home. Is it still a good idea to rent or not?
Well, tax advantages are certainly an advantage of having a home. But when you realize right now that you've got to live in a home for 10 years in order to really make your money back, and that there's lots of really low prices on homes, and those prices might be falling a little bit, I'm not sure that home ownership is for everyone right now. Right. People have really got to weigh the costs of owning a home. They've got to weigh how quickly they want to get out of the home because some people can't stay in an area for 10 years, especially in a growing economy like Tampa Bay. They've got to move in 3 years when they relocate. So buying a home is not the best decision right now for everyone, and it's certainly not the right decision when you have to get a massive amount of financing in order to purchase it.
Now, and I heard that from a real estate agent, they may go up to 25 to 30% down payment. Who's going to come up with that kind of money?
It's a lot of money. It's less money than it used to be now that prices are half of what they used to be, but it's still $20,000 given our median sale price in Tampa Bay.
So how do you get the market going again when you're going to have a 20% down payment? Yeah, you got some great deals out there, but if people still can't afford the 20%, then we're not getting people into those homes. Those homes aren't getting sold. We're stuck in a rut.
Well, we believe there will always be options that require less of a down payment than that. You know, FHA and federally guaranteed home loan programs are still offering loans at 3.5% down payment, and there are a lot of those homes selling in any given month. 20% of home sales in Tampa Bay are FHA financed. So those people don't have to put down as much, but it's going to be tough. I mean, if you have to bring more than 3.5%, 10%, 20% to the table to close, home ownership is going to become a little bit more scarce, and maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah, and one of the things that when we're talking about this, I noticed that the court system is in a conundrum. They needed to take out a loan because they said there weren't enough foreclosures going through the court system. And I'm scratching my head and I'm going, I thought that was the problem. The courts were getting clogged with all these bankruptcies.
Oh yeah, and they still do. They have like $300,000 cases in their pipeline that they can't get to yet. But that's more of an administrative problem on their end. What's happened is that this robo-signing scandal that occurred about 6 months ago has meant that a lot of banks are just not filing foreclosures as aggressively as they were forecasted to do.
Sure.
So banks are, the courts are just getting fewer foreclosures foreclosure filings than they expected.
You know, one thing about that's fun having you back, you know, really often is kind of to figure out where we are right now.
Right.
Any more optimistic that we're anywhere near the bottom right now? And I know I always ask that, and
Yeah.
I'm trying not to simplify it, but that's what people always kind of want to know.
Well, and they ask for good reasons. We don't see a bottom yet, as long as as far as prices are concerned.
Right.
Prices are still falling as far when we look at the median home value. But one very important fact to remember is when you parse out how conventional home sales prices are trending, they are not falling anymore. Conventional home sale prices have actually bottomed out for the last 4 months in Tampa Bay and have even increased slightly. It's something that we just discovered as we looked through the numbers last week.
Yeah,
and it's a very important trend because we have all these short sales and foreclosures and the prices are falling on those, but not on other properties.
You heard it here, folks. A glimmer of hope.
Potentially, yes.
Peter will take it. Thank you so much.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
for joining us.
Thank you.